Bye, Jack.
Leonardo, where are you?
Don't go, Jack.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the character name. I know it's Leonardo DiCaprio, the
Yeah, it was
young
Jack.
one. That's when he started imposing his limits as well on the the cap of who he's dealing with.
Is wife wrong for separating her finances from her husband?
Oh,
Usually we hear guys wanting to separate their money from their wives, but this is the other one. So the story goes as follows.
hmm.
And guys, thanks for your patience. Me and my husband have been together for over 9 years, and separating our finances never occurred to me until this past year.
Oh, she's gonna break up.
I'm the saver and he's the spender. In the beginning, it didn't
Wait,
bother me.
wait a sec. She is saying I'm the man and he's the bee. Continue. I'm trying to translate. I'm trying to translate for everyone.
And
Continue.
in the beginning, it didn't bother me because we had two incomes and wasn't rich but lived comfortably. We weren't rich but lived comfortably. His family has
Oh,
always, quote unquote, borrowed money from us, but rarely ever paid that money back. I personally don't lend money, not even to family, but I do not stop him from lending to his. A few years ago, my husband was in a bad car wreck and can no longer work, so I became the sole breadwinner. Oh, you might be
mm.
right on that one, KR. He now gets disability. He gets a disability check. But that was a 4 year process. In that time, we dwindled our savings to nothing and came close to losing everything. Our debt mounted, and there was nothing I could do. When he received his back pay, I only asked him to pay off his vehicle loan, in which I've paid over 50 grand on in the last few years. The rest of the money I asked him to deposit in our savings. KR, guess what he did?
He landed out.
He did neither. Instead, he blew the money,
Oh my god.
loaning over 10 grand to his family and paying nothing towards the debt we created.
What the heck?
So he got, from all the money he loaned 10,000 to his family, and the rest he blew. During this time, I was able to save some money from my paycheck, but not much, and had plans to pay some debts off once I have enough saved. He knew I was saving to this. About a month ago, I noticed over 700 missing out of our savings, and I asked him what happened. He replied by saying, "What had happened was I loaned it to my parents."
But
I
what
asked
are
when,
you doing? He's siphoning money away.
I asked when he was going to receive it back because the money was already spent and I needed it. He said, "I don't know when they can afford to do so."
Bro.
I blew up and lost my ish. He didn't ask me. We didn't speak about it. He did it behind my back because he knew I would be pissed off
Bro.
and that I would say no. We had a huge fight. I figure after that fight, he would stop. But no. Yesterday, I checked my bank account and another $1,000 was gone. Gone where, you ask? According to him, he gave it to his parents. I'm so mad I see red. Red. I flat out told him that as of today, I'm done with his parents. I'll pay half the household bills, buy our food, and that's it. If he wants to lend all his disability to them, fine, but I'm not gonna go bust my behind 60 hours a week so he can keep giving our money away. So, am I wrong for going to the bank and withdrawing all the money I put there and opening a new account he doesn't have access to? He seems to think that I am and says that I should want to make his parents happy. I would like to see them happy. I
Yo,
just don't want to pay for that happiness.
yo,
KR.
yo. Sorry for the next words I'm gonna use. If there are kids in the room, close their ears. Fuck you and your parents, my nigga. Nah. This is out of. I think. First of all,
Uh,
if this was a man, I would say the same thing I'm gonna say now. So if this was a man with a woman like this, you shouldn't stay with this person. A leopard doesn't change its spots. This person is a loser. I don't know why you're still with him. You think he's gonna find a way? First of all, you married. You can separate it, but if you're gonna divorce him later on, he has a right to that pot as well. So you might as well, if you're gonna stay. I don't know. Did she say they had kids?
mm, no, I didn't hear read anything about kids. Seems like it's just the two of
If
them.
there are no kids, why you're together with this loser? Sorry. Good luck to him with his disability. I think that's the thing that
Yeah,
she's.
holding her back because she doesn't want to appear like a like
Sometimes
she's
you have.
abandoning him.
Sometimes you have
But
to choose yourself because this loser is gonna thank you and him, dude.
yeah,
What are you giving? If your parents cannot live with the money they're making,
what I suggest, not suggest, what I suspect is happening is that he's guilt tripping her
yeah,
and she's also feeling guilty about it.
bruh,
And
bruh,
of course, you don't want to be the woman that leaves her husband when he's disabled. But
bruh.
I think the woman has proof that she's doing everything in her power to, keep them afloat despite the man not being able to work. The least that the guy can do is make her life better. When you get married, or at least, yeah, less heavy. When you get married, your priority becomes your spouse. Point blank, period. When you're not married, you can say, you know what, I'm taking care of my parents and so on and so forth. When you're married, you're committed to your spouse. So your priority needs to be your spouse. Your you can only help other people if you are okay. And if you aren't okay, you have no business helping, well, other people in a way that will hamper your growth and the life of your family. I'm not saying that you shouldn't help an old lady cross the street. I'm just saying when you're helping the old lady, just stand aside and say, "You can do it, ma'am." Because if you touch her
Uh,
hand, that's
I know
case.
where you're going. This is
All jokes
motivational.
aside,
Oh,
yeah,
motivational guy. You can do it.
you can do
I
it.
believe in you. I believe in you. Hey, yo. But all jokes aside, right? One caveat. We are talking about the story as she's writing it. We also know that some stories are disformed by certain people sometimes. We're not gonna assume that in this case. We are gonna assume that what she's saying is the full story. I'm not gonna sit here and try to see if there is another thing. But hey, man, some people are like this. You gotta cut off that weight,
Yeah,
or or no, I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
yeah. I think she's not wrong, and I think she's indirectly asking. I mean, you shouldn't be done with the family. You should be done with him. The family didn't do you anything. At the end of the day, even if the family is saying we need the money, it's him.
She loves
It's
him too
him
much.
that's yeah, that's wrong. So I think she needs to stay focused on the problem, and that's
The bigger question is: Are they together trauma bonding, which makes it hard for her to let go.
Well,
That's the thing with these stories. They don't tell you the full palette of the. I mean, you
yeah,
only have a couple of limited characters, of course, but
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think there's trauma bonding in this case because it seems like when they got together, both of them had money, and if the guy didn't get into an accident, then it wouldn't have.
no,
Uh,
before. So the relation is based on trauma bonding, which makes it hard to separate from each other.
yeah, yeah. Well, that technology.
Any person with two brain cells would have already cut bait. I mean, not saying that she's not smart, but she needs to choose for herself because at the end
Those
of the
sound.
day, that person's gonna sink them both.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like Titanic. You know what happened when the girl who loved the guy so much, when he started becoming frozen, she said, "Thank you, but you're not gonna drag me down."
Yeah.
Moved his arm slowly, and then he went down.
Yeah. Bye, Jack.
Leonardo, where are
Don't
you?
don't go, Jack.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the character name. I know it's Leonardo DiCaprio, the
Yeah,
young
let's.
one. That's when he started imposing his limits as well on the the cap of who he's dealing with.